The three priestesses, who once controlled the world, were unexpectedly defeated by a mysterious man in black. Macy tried to control her flying knives, but they didn't even get close. The man in black dodged effortlessly. Mel attempted to freeze time, but it was completely ineffective. The three were left feeling utterly helpless as they were beaten down. The man in black appeared behind them, and the three attacked together, but to their shock, the man in black blocked their combined attack with his bare hands. Realizing they were outmatched, they quickly summoned Harry. Harry, unaware of the situation, turned around and his face instantly changed. He immediately teleported the three to safety. They arrived in the attic, and Mel quickly cast a spell to protect the house. However, the man in black forced the door open with sheer strength, rendering the protective spell useless. In a moment of desperation, they threw their mother's shadow book, which disintegrated into ashes, creating a portal out of thin air. The recoil of the magic knocked the arrogant man in black to the ground. Sensing the urgency, they jumped into the portal, heading to an unknown place. Just as the man in black was about to disrupt the teleportation, Harry teleported and tightly grabbed him. Macy reluctantly retreated, but the man in black's arrow struck her leg just as the portal closed. With Harry left behind, he had no strength to resist and sacrificed himself. Meanwhile, the three were transported to a command center, where a voice announced that the arrival of the three priestesses signaled that things were out of control.
In compliance with Elder Order 257, your auras have been stripped for your protection.
The three clearly didn't care that their powers had been stripped away. Maggie noticed a door and insisted on going outside. Mel, however, believed they should stay in what seemed like a safe house. While the two argued, Macy's wound worsened. To make matters worse, the man in black's sword was poisoned. With no choice left, the three ventured outside and passed through two doors. They expected another fierce battle but instead found themselves in a museum. Even worse, after several attempts, they discovered that their magic had vanished. It was clear that the powers stripped away were their magic. The witch elders had been completely wiped out. The three priestesses were reduced to mere mortals, and the witch clan was utterly weakened. The rat demon stood up and with a single spit, eliminated the sister across from him, then casually grabbed a bottle of wine and took a drink. Meanwhile, the three charmed ones, now reduced to mere mortals, were nervously hiding under a table. The three witches had once again become powerless mortals. It turned out that after losing their magic, the three were forced to open the command center's secret door to heal Macy's sword wound. But instead, they were transported to Seattle. It's unclear what's special about this place, but for now, it's definitely not helping them. Meanwhile, the poison in Macy's body worsens again, leaving them no choice but to return to the command center. Mel flips through the Book of Elders, knowing it holds everything they need, yet they can't understand a word. It's written in the Elders' language, one that the now-deceased Elders never taught them. At that moment, a red dot appears on the map displayed on the screen, and a button on the table begins flashing red. With no other clues, they decide to take a chance. It's better than letting Macy die. Maggie presses the button, and a portal opens behind them, while a steel ball materializes in the water bowl nearby. The three immediately enter the portal, and after some searching, they find a house marked with a witch's symbol. But as soon as they enter, they're shocked to find two witches, one hanged from the ceiling, the other dead on the floor. The red dot on the screen represented the attacked witches. Mel notices the same arrow that injured Macy, confirming that the figure in black had been here. Just then, they hear a noise outside, and a woman runs down, engaging in a fight with the rat demon. Macy, now delirious, struggles to her feet. Catching the demon's attention, Mel grabs a can of bug spray and sprays it all over the demon, surprisingly managing to defeat it. The three engage in a fight, but the two sisters are clearly outmatched. In a critical moment, Macy suddenly unleashes a raging fire, stunning all three sisters. Macy collapses, the poison taking its toll. Harry suddenly teleports in and uses his healing powers to transfer the poison into his own body. Macy finally recovers, but Harry, who planned to teleport them out, is now unable to do so. The poison is blocking his abilities. Another demon arrives outside, forcing the four of them back to where they first arrived. With the demon close behind, Macy, the only one still able to fight, is unable to use her powers effectively. Macy tries to intimidate the demon with a small flame, but it doesn't work at all. Maggie suddenly remembers the steel ball from earlier and throws it to the ground. Sure enough, another portal opens, and they narrowly escape the attack, fortunately without harm. The four of them are once again together. Macy's ability to create fire is because her witch powers are being suppressed, allowing her demon side to resurface. When Harry is asked about his experience, he reveals a shocking truth.
I died.
The one who tried to kill him was himself. A White Lighter's body returns to their grave after death, but Harry was resurrected in his coffin. Harry tried seeking help from other White Lighters, but none of them could assist. The Elders created the White Lighters, linking their lives together. With the collective downfall of the Elders, all the White Lighters perished as well. If the demons had waited, the Elders might have ended up dooming themselves. As for Harry, he severed his connection to the Elders back in the first season. That's why he is the last White Lighter. Harry leads them to a construction site, where their house suddenly materializes. It's also a portal. For safety, the house had been cloaked, and the group returns home. That night, Harry sneaks into Macy's room. Macy is unable to resist the temptation, but Harry asks her, "Where are you?" The lustful Macy is instantly snapped back to reality. It was just a dream, but ever since Macy was shot by the figure in black, she's been having fantasies about Harry, with him repeatedly asking her the same question. It's clear that this figure in black, identical to Harry, has been tracking their whereabouts. The Charmed Ones, having lost their magic, are undetectable. But what is his connection to Harry? Is he really just a shape-shifting demon? Macy also discovers on the news that the witch's family that was attacked had a visiting niece at the time. After some investigation, they spot the demon who attacked them on the news. By the markings on his car, they find out that it's from a nightclub miles away. Mel, having lost her powers, can't even open a door anymore. They plan to enter the command center through the exhibit, as the entrance connecting the command center to the mortal world is there. Ever since Harry absorbed Macy's poison, his energy has been erratic, making it impossible for him to teleport inside. So the four split into two groups, with Harry and Macy, who still have some magic left, driving to the rescue. Mel and Maggie wait for the staff to arrive and then look for a chance to open the entrance. But just as Macy and Harry leave, the door is opened from the inside. The two quickly swipe a red card and sneak into the room where the entrance is located. Reciting the incantation, the door to the command center appears. Mel returns and, after some searching, discovers the ingredients for making an invisibility potion, which is a godsend for them now that they've lost their powers. Meanwhile, Maggie finds a notice on the computer. They learn that their father has also been killed. Could this sudden news about their father be another trap? Macy and Harry are still on the road when a woman suddenly runs out in front of them. They immediately stop the car. She's a witch. She's been poisoned just like the others, and Harry tries to save her. The woman on the ground says that tonight the demons are gathering at the nightclub to execute the missing witch. Then she takes her last breath. The witch she spoke of is the very one Macy and Harry are trying to save. Will they find the mastermind behind all of this time? After learning that her father was also assassinated by demons, Maggie finally leaves the command center. Meanwhile, Mel successfully brews the invisibility potion. It's incredibly useful for them now that they've lost their magic. But when she excitedly returns to the command center, Maggie is long gone. At this moment, Macy and Harry follow the lead to the nightclub. Demons are already gathering, and Macy pulls out a vial of potion. It's one of Maggie's special concoctions. As the potion takes effect, they quickly change their outfits, though Harry's transformation isn't quite complete. With a bit of tweaking, Harry ends up looking just like the rough version of himself from Macy's dream. Who is this person who looks exactly like Harry? Meanwhile, Maggie is mourning at her father's grave when another Harry appears, and a distraught Maggie immediately hugs him, but she quickly realizes something is wrong. Harry's energy is unstable, and he's lost his ability to teleport, so he shouldn't be here. Sensing he's been found out, the fake Harry drops the act and pulls out a knife to threaten Maggie, demanding she take him to the other two Charmed Ones. Just then, a nearby shovel mysteriously floats into the air and strikes the fake Harry, knocking him down. This fierce action could only be Mel, who's using the invisibility potion. Mel grabs Maggie, and they disappear into the portal. The invisibility potion had just been made and was already put to use. As Mel scolds Maggie for acting on her own, the screen shows two light dots turning red among all the lights representing the witches. Red means a witch is in danger. One is the witch they're trying to save, and the other is Macy. At the same time, the two of them are about to enter the club, but they see that the entrance requires a blood test. Only those with demon blood are allowed in. Reluctantly, Macy enters alone, and as soon as she steps in, she's shackled with magic-suppressing handcuffs, rendering her demonic powers useless. Meanwhile, Harry is outside trying to teleport in, but he keeps failing. The poison in his system is still limiting him. Invisible Mel and Maggie are also there. Harry skillfully recites the breakfast order, confirming his identity. Inside, the ritual begins, with the host on stage addressing the crowd. He announces that by the Demon King's command, He has gathered all the demons here. The elders are all dead, and the charmed ones are rumored to have been burned to death. Now, it's time for these demons, suppressed by the elders for centuries, to rise. The sacrifice is the witch on stage. Torches are lit, and as they prepare to burn the witch, Macy loudly protests. She's stalling for time. The host on stage notices that Macy is unfamiliar and demands to know who she is. Just as her cover is about to be blown, the doors burst open. The invisible sisters appear, swinging sticks wildly. Harry, still outside, finally manages to teleport in, but just as he succeeds, Harry is immediately knocked to the ground. The plan to burn the witch is thwarted, and in the chaos, they manage to rescue her and escape. A camera on the wall seems to be watching them. They were the strongest of the charmed ones, a trinity that no one could defeat, but they were completely overpowered by a mysterious figure in black. The unbeatable power of 3 was shattered in a direct confrontation. The sanctuary left by the elders even stripped them of their magic to prevent the enemy from tracking them. With the annihilation of the elders, the witches lost their power to keep the world in balance. The elders' legacy was nearly wiped out, and the demons began to strike back, slaughtering witches desperately. Everyone tried to decipher the Book of Elders, a sacred text containing the knowledge passed down by generations of witch ancestors. Hoping to restore their lost magic, Macy was the first to attempt it, but as soon as she touched the book, it flung her away. The book was rejecting the demonic power within Macy, but luckily, Harry and Mel found a clue after searching together. The Sentinels, ancient magical beings residing in the spiritual world, are guardians of wisdom and knowledge. By taking a specific potion, their souls could leave their bodies, allowing them to enter the spiritual world. The symbols represented the potion's recipe, so the two immediately set out to gather the ingredients. While staying behind, Macy faced an emergency. A witch was being attacked by a demon. Macy quickly opened a portal and went alone to rescue her. On the other side of the portal was a train, with fresh bloodstains on the carriages. After some searching, Macy found an injured witch in one of the cars, but before they could escape, they were ambushed by a demon, who used his tongue to bind them tightly. Macy conjured a small flame to burn him, forcing him to release them. The witch, Abigail, raised her hand and enveloped the demon in an invisible energy, hurling him away. But more demons soon jumped into the car, and seeing they were outmatched, the two decided to flee. Macy covered Abigail's eyes and used the portal to escape back to the command center. Meanwhile, Mel and Harry were meditating after drinking the potion. They successfully entered the spiritual world, where they saw projections of the physical world. As they discussed whether the old man in front of them was a projection, he noticed them. Overjoyed at their presence, he quickly realized they were sent by the elders, which meant the witches were facing their greatest crisis. Back at the command center, Macy interrupted Maggie and revealed Abigail behind her. Maggie's expression changed. This unknown which could be a wolf in sheep's clothing, but Macy had no other choice at the time. Was she supposed to just leave her behind? Meanwhile, in the spiritual world, the sentinel poured 2 cups of potion for them, and they drank it down. The sentinel told them that by touching the meditating woman who served as a beacon, they could return, and their magic would be restored immediately. They were grateful. As soon as they touched the woman, they returned to the real world. Time stood still. Mel's magic was restored, and Harry could teleport freely again. Just as Mel was about to thank the woman, she noticed worms crawling all over her, multiplying rapidly. Could this be the price the sentinel mentioned? Do the charmed ones need to sacrifice mortals as offerings to gain extraordinary power? The incredibly powerful Demon King merely touches the Book of Elders and is flung back by it. Clearly injured, the Demon King immediately prepares to cast a spell to deal with them. Abigail pulls out a dagger, ready to kill him. Then she says something strange. It turns out that after Macy saved the witch Abigail mentioned that she had escaped from the Demon King and knew his exact location. Macy slowly lowers her guard and removes Abigail's blindfold, while Abigail curiously examines the mysterious space. Macy suddenly pins Abigail against the wall, and Abigail reveals that she's a witch but also a demon. Just like Macy, she's a hybrid of witch and demon, perhaps due to their shared experiences. Macy is swayed, but she notices a green light blinking in Abigail's shoulder. It's a tracker, and as Abigail talks about leaving, Macy devises a plan. Meanwhile, at the exhibit, a demon is searching for Abigail. It turns out to be the Demon King. Maggie is about to call for backup to fight. Macy suddenly appears and insists that Maggie be used as bait. At the same time, Mel is still pondering the woman covered in worms. If regaining their powers comes at the cost of a human life, it's something she cannot accept. On one hand, there's the immense power to save countless lives. On the other, a single life hangs in the balance. What will Mel choose? She asks Harry to take her to the rooftop. If this is a test, perhaps they've never actually left the spiritual world. The two decide to take a leap of faith, literally, and jump off. Sure enough, they instantly return to the spiritual world, where the meditating woman, who served as the conduit, has remained in a meditative state all along. The Sentinel explains that the Book of Elders contains the witch's most significant secrets and spells, and only those who pass the test can wield it. He then presents a prism, the key to deciphering the Book of Elders. They return to the real world, and everything is as it was. They haven't regained their powers. Meanwhile, Maggie has successfully caught the attention of the Demon King. She finally allowed herself to be captured and was promptly brought to the command center under the Demon King's coercion. The two sisters appeared and lured him into trying to seize the Book of Elders. The so-called Demon King was easily defeated just seconds after revealing his true face. At that moment, Harry returned as well. With the mission accomplished, the Book of Elders could finally be deciphered, but Abigail secretly hid a dagger. As the portal opened and Abigail was about to leave, the two shared a farewell hug, but then a red dot flashed on the screen. It was Macy. The two immediately started fighting, and just as Macy was about to finish her off, Abigail pointed to Macy's wound. She had one too. The figure in black had also tried to assassinate her. Who exactly is she?